Number 1. Apple had 3 founders. Many of you have heard of Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak as the founders of Apple, but few know that there was a third founder, Ronald Wayne. He participated in the development of the first Apple computer, wrote the user manual, and created the first company logo. Wayne left Apple just 2 weeks after its launch because he feared it would be a failure. He sold his shares for only $800, and if he had kept them, they would have been worth about $60 billion now. Number 2. Steve Jobs was fired from his own company. In 1983, Jobs hired one of Pepsi's directors, John Sculley, to help him grow the company. Subsequently, the two no longer had the same vision, and following a dispute, Jobs was fired. In 1996, Steve Jobs returned to Apple's leadership and saved it from bankruptcy. Number 3. Retina display is manufactured by Samsung. Although we tend to believe that Apple and Samsung are in fierce competition, find out that the two companies are collaborating. Samsung produces the Retina display on the iPad and some of the A processors. Number 4. Apple has approximately 147,000 employees worldwide. Before launching the iPhone, Apple had only 14,000 employees. Now it has 10 times more. Number 5. Now something really impressive is coming. Apple sold 340,000 phones in a day in 2012, and in 2018 almost doubled, about 570,000 iPhones a day. Number 6. Apple holds the patent for the slide to unlock gesture. There were disputes on this issue, the American company suing Samsung for this invention, but it looks like Apple has won. Number 7. How often do you fly first class? Well, find out that Apple products are shipped first class. If most manufacturers deliver the products to China by ship, Apple prefers the plane because they reach their destination in a maximum of 15 hours instead of 30 days. Number 8. Apple's first computer cost $666.66, a controversial number. And if anyone thought that this price had biblical connotations, find out that it was simply accidental, because Wozniak liked the numbers that were repeated because they had an effect of symmetry. Number 9. What is the connection between the first iPod and an aquarium? The answer may be funny, but I think it's rather clever. Steve Jobs threw the first iPod prototype in an aquarium to show developers that there is still empty space in it, and so it can be shrunk. Number 10. It is no longer surprising that Apple is an extremely profitable company. In 2013, it had revenues of over $170 billion, which is about $5,500 per second. Amazing! Thus, since 2014, the company has reported over $160 billion of cash available, which is more than 3 times that of the United States Treasury at that time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video. See you in the next video.